Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I really wanted to focus on the books that are at the top of my TBR, the ones that I'm just like, at the moment, the most excited for. So I picked out probably the one that I'm the most excited for of any book that I own at the moment, and that is The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. So this is about a woman who is the head librarian in a library that is in hell, and she runs the Unwritten Wing, which is where all unfinished stories go. And one day, some of the characters escape their stories and go on a quest to find the author and get him to complete their book. So it's her job to go track down those characters and bring them back. And I believe that during her journey, she encounters some angels and demons. It sounds like really bizarre, really up my alley. I think I'm gonna start this one tonight. I did also just get a new pair of glasses. I ordered some glasses online and they just came, but they're from this company. Don't know how to say that. Full disclosure, this company has reached out to me in the past and offered to send me glasses, but at the time, I didn't need any glasses, so I just said no. And then I kept seeing them pop up like in Instagram ads, and I'm a sucker for Instagram ads, okay? So a couple weeks ago, I was needing a new pair of glasses and I remembered this company and I decided to buy myself a pair. Moment of truth, I'm so nervous. I don't even remember really what I ordered. So, these are the, ooh. Okay, it's hard to tell with my lights. Let me turn them down. Let's turn them off, okay. What do we think? I kind of like them. All right, so I'm gonna go start the Library of the Unwritten. I think I actually have the audiobook checked out from my library, so I might listen to that as well. Okay, so I'm now about 100 pages into Library of the Unwritten, and I am loving it so much. Like, you know when you start a book and you can just tell right away it's gonna be one of your favorites? That's how I feel about this. I'm obsessed. Where do I even begin? It's only been 100 pages and already so much has happened. So basically we're following the head librarian of the Unwritten Wing, where all unfinished stories go. And because all of these stories are unfinished, the characters inside them desperately want the story to be completed. So sometimes they are able to manifest as physical beings and they take on the appearance of a human, and they try to escape the library and go track down the author of their book to convince them to finish it. So the book starts with a character who has escaped his book and he has fled to Earth to find his author, and the librarian along with her assistant and a brand new demon have to travel to Earth to find him. And when they find him, he has already found his author and they're on like a romantic date at a coffee house. And basically, like, when a character meets their author, the author doesn't know that it's one of their characters. They just feel a very big connection to the person, the character, and they experience this thing that humans aren't supposed to experience. Essentially, the character is like a part of themselves. It's like their heart and their soul. So when an author meets one of their characters, they like feel incredibly intense emotions for them that is too much for humans to experience. So it's a very dangerous thing for the authors, because once a character goes back into their book and is no longer with the author, they feel this like intense loss, and they spend like the rest of their lives looking for that feeling that they had and that person that they're never gonna find. And they said that a lot of authors who meet their characters end up committing suicide because they felt this like extreme emotion that they're never able to find again. So it's something that the librarian, it's her job to prevent that from happening. So yeah, they're on that mission. And then there's another plot with a fallen angel. So another point of view we're following is Ramiel, who was one of Lucifer's followers. And when Lucifer was cast out of heaven and sent into hell, Ramiel, is one of his followers, was given the opportunity to earn forgiveness. So he's basically been given the job of Watcher, which means he has spent centuries, eons, standing outside the gates of heaven, like checking in souls who have recently died and are entering heaven. So he's basically like the bellboy of heaven. It's kind of like an eternal punishment because he's forced to stand outside of the gates of heaven and allow people to enter, but he is not ever able to enter heaven. When his story starts, he's checking people in, and one of these souls that he's checking in has this mysterious piece of paper. It causes a lot of concern because the souls who are coming to heaven aren't able to have any like worldly possessions. So the fact that this guy has this piece of paper is like very concerning. So Ramiel takes him to meet with Uriel, who is currently like in charge. They basically discover that this piece of paper is from the Devil's Bible, which is this very dangerous book. So she presents Ramiel with the opportunity to go to Earth and find the Devil's Bible before it falls into the hands of demons and Lucifer. And if he is able to do that, then he will be granted access back into heaven. So he sees this as his one opportunity to get forgiveness and be allowed back into heaven. So he goes down to Earth to find the book, and that's where he comes across the librarian, and he assumes that since she's a librarian from hell, that she knows where the book is. And yeah, so far, that is what's happened, and I'm just loving this so much. It is a lot of fun. I really like the characters so far and the direction that the story is going in. It's just like super bizarre, but I love it so much. It's totally giving me like, oh my god, I was literally about to say it's giving me the Good Place vibes, and I realized Shannon Maguire said that it's like the Good Place, because it totally is. And if you've watched The Good Place and the parts where they go to the bad place and there's all those demons, and like the demons are wearing like human skin suits, and then when they take them off it's like a lava monster. That's like what I'm picturing. It totally feels like The Good Place, and that's one of my favorite shows, so I'm just like having a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm really loving this. I think I'm just gonna spend the rest of today reading it, and I totally foresee myself giving this 5 stars. The part that I just read was really cool. Basically, Claire, who's the head librarian, had to duel another librarian, and the way that librarians duel is by quoting books to each other, and those quotes become like actual physical words that like fly at the opponent and attack them. And in order to deflect the attack, you have to name who the author is. So the whole duel was them like taking turns quoting books, and then the other one tries to name the author. And it was just like the coolest duel scene I have ever read. And like they were quoting like famous authors that are like real. All the authors they were quoting were actual authors, you know, like Shakespeare, Tolstoy, Jane Austen. So I don't know, I just thought that was like so cool and creative. I just love all of like the attention to detail in this book. There's so much attention to detail, and everything is just like so unique and cool and unlike anything else that I've read before. Oh my god, I'm just loving this so much. Okay, so update on my book. I am now 200 pages into it. I already feel like this is gonna be my favorite book of the year. That's how high up I'm putting it. It might even be a contender for my favorite book of all time. Oh my god, you guys. This book is just amazing, and every time I think it can't get any better, it does. So I think my plan for the rest of the night is to get into some comfy pajamas and try to knock out the rest of this book. I definitely want to finish it today, and then I can give you all of my thoughts. Okay, so I have finished The Library of the Unwritten, and oh my god. Okay, first of all, I gave it 5 stars, obviously, but I'm like honestly so shocked because I think this is my new all-time favorite book. It feels so weird saying that, but I think it's my new all-time favorite book. It was everything that I love, everything that I wanted. I don't even know. I'm just like shocked, amazed, bewildered. Yeah, like to me this book was perfect. I can't remember at this point like what I've even said about it. The pacing was perfect. At no point did I ever feel bored or like there was a lull in the book. I was captivated the whole time, and I really liked how the world building was done. There was never like info dumping. It really just threw you in and gave you enough information at a time to where I was never confused. This was so good. I also, oh my god, I don't think I mentioned this, but I also really liked how there were different afterlives. So it wasn't just heaven and hell. There was also like afterlives of other beliefs, and all of those afterlives are connected to each other with gates, and so you can like travel in between them. So throughout this book, they are traveling to different afterlives. Like one of the places that they go to is Valhalla, and then they also go to another afterlife that is of a dead religion because nobody believes in that religion anymore. So that afterlife is kind of like barren and desolate. And I thought that whole aspect of it was really interesting. Yeah, oh my god, I just loved this. I loved all the characters. I don't think I've loved a group of characters this much in a long time. Like, I loved all these characters so much. I can't even decide who's my favorite. I think my favorite is Hero, just because he was a very interesting character and very funny. And there's a little bit of a hint towards a romance that I'm very much on board for. There's no actual romance in this book, but there's definite chemistry between two characters, and I really want to see more. Oh my god, I just loved this. And now the sequel to this book has become my #1 most anticipated book. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end today's vlog. I had planned on reading some other books this week, but I was just so captivated by this one. I didn't expect to love this one so much. I really didn't want to read anything else. And now tomorrow is the first day of February, and I have a whole February TBR that I'm really excited about. But yeah, oh my god, I'm so glad that I was vlogging while I read this book, because now I have all of my reactions and thoughts to my new favorite book. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!